Hi everyone, welcome to Colour Analysis. Now, what we're going to do is to take a look to see which palette of colours suits me the most. And what we're going to do is to start off by doing the undertone test, testing cool blue based colours against warm yellow based colours. So each colour family that I am about to drape on myself, including the two pairs of neutrals, will have a set of cool blue based colours and warm yellow based colours, and one will make my skin look more vibrant, energetic, make my jawline more defined, make me look just cleaner, fresher, more awake, and the other one will do the opposite, where it will distort the jawline and make me look more tired with imperfections popping out. It could be things like spots, it could be, you know, it could be even stubble as well at times. It could be anything, really, that, pops up on the face. So first, we're going to start off with the descriptive word. And the descriptive word I'm going to use for myself is dark or deep, because I have darker features with my clearer eyes, dark hair, dark eyebrows. So I'm testing the deeper, darker seasons of winter versus autumn. Well, most of the colours are in autumn anyway. Here, for the first set of drapes, we have the white and navy from winter versus the cream and the tan from the spring, which can also cross into the autumn palette as well, because autumns can wear cream as well to a certain extent, although they are better in oyster, but I think this is a better example for me than the oyster. Okay, so look at me on the cool, take that in, and then we're going to drape the warm neutrals over the top. And do you notice a difference from here to here? Do that again. Here to here. Let's find out. Now with the cool drapes, what we find is that the skin looks more polished. It looks like I have a bit of blush on, and the skin looks clearer, the jawline looks more defined, and I just look more awake overall. Everything looks brighter and clearer. Whereas in the warm neutrals, you can already see with just the cream on that my skin has become more dull and looks sallow. It's not a golden kind of yellow, it's a greenish sallowing yellow, and my under eyes have gone shadowed. And when I put the tan on, I mean, it really completes that tired looking picture. My eyes have receded as well, they look smaller, my hair looks duller, and my jawline, there's a shadowing going on here. There's more stubble here as well. Like more stubble looking here. And my under eyes look tired. I just look tired overall. And then I take these away and everything just looks so much fresher and cleaner. So I'll put the navy against me compared to the tan. And you can see how unclean my skin looks. It looks like I need to cleanse straight away. And it looks like I need to use makeup or something to make it work. Whereas here, it looks like I already have some makeup on, and it really makes me look ready for the day effortlessly. Like I just need my skincare with the sun protection and off I go. I don't need any makeup on. Whereas here, I would feel this need, oh, I need concealer. I need, some lilac concealer to cover up any sallowing. Whereas here, all done. All of it's done because the colour is doing the work for me. It's amazing what colour can do, isn't it? Let's move on to some other colours. Now, let's move on to a couple of blues. So we have the electric blue or cobalt blue from the winter palette versus the peacock blue from the autumn palette. This one contains more yellow in it. Now, can you notice a change to my skin from here to here? Okay, do it again. Right, let me tell you what I notice. Straight away I notice that I'm getting this sort of greenish look here. It's giving me a greenish stubble and distortion. It's giving me kind of greenish beard that's a similar colour to this. It's reflecting on my face and making me look more sallow. It looks like I need some colour corrector. I need some makeup on to counteract what is being reflected here. Whereas in the cobalt, everything just looks more effortless. There's clarity here. Like there's no reflection going on in comparison to this. Can you see it stains my skin? It just makes my skin look muddy, unclear, and then fresh. Just makes me look, it makes me look more dewy as well. Here, can you see there's a dewy look here? In comparison to here, it just takes it away. Makes my skin look unclean, like I need to get a wash, like a cleansed. Now this white looks a bit more cream than it did earlier, so I'm just going to put this white drape over the top. I might do the matte side actually. There we go. Just so it looks like I'm neutralising everything properly. Then we're going to look at the yellows. So the first yellow is Ice Lemon from the winter palette. This contains less yellow, and I will compare that to the Mustard from the autumn palette, which contains a lot more yellow. So we'll look at the changes to the skin from here. Confuse that with the white there because this is so close to the colour pure white. So compare this to this. Watch the changes to my skin. What did you see? Compared to here. Look at my jawline as well. Do that again. Warm. Cool. Now, with the warm, I've noticed I get a bit red. I look a bit, hot and bothered, like I need to open a window, and my skin looks uneven. looks a bit sallow. I look drained, very tired, and there's a lack of definition to the jawline. My jawline is expanded, and it makes me look like I have a beard and a mustache, whereas in the ice lemon, excuse me, that keeps falling off, everything looks cleaner. Now this is so much more clarity here in comparison to this. Everything looks duller here, very tired, more energetic and glowing here. Now let's move on to a couple of greens next. And we have two greens. First is the dark emerald, which has a lot of blue in it from the winter palette, and we'll compare this to the moss green from the autumn palette, which contains a lot more yellow. So we go from warm to cool. Warm, cool. We could even take it a step warmer and go for the pistachio, which contains even more yellow as an added extreme to the autumn palette, the warmest end of the palette. Excuse me, it keeps falling off. So we go from warm, cool, warm, jawline just expands, and I look muddy to a lot more fresh and awake. Skin looks more porcelain, jawline looks a lot more defined here in comparison to this, or even this. It's less obvious with this one than it is with this one, but this is still definitely better than the moss green. Dark emerald wins here. Now we'll move on to the reds next. For the reds we have the blue-based burgundy from summer as well as winter. This contains a lot of blue in it, so anyone with a warm undertone will not suit this colour, even if they have a neutral warm undertone. You have to have at least a neutral cool undertone to suit this colour. Just make sure it looks like it's draped all the way around as much as possible. Then the brick red, which contains a lot more yellow. Can you see a change? Can you see a harmony change from here to here? Strangely enough, this looks cooler on camera, but it looks warmer compared to this. This is deeper. Brick red is lighter because it contains more yellow. Watch my face change from warm to cool. Now with this one, I look a bit more pale, and it looks like it's a bit ahead of me as well. Whereas with the burgundy, it's a lot more in harmony, and it just looks refined. And lastly, we're going to look at the pinks. Now for the pinks, we have the raspberry pink, which is very, very cool, very blue based. And over the top, I'm going to drape the coral, which as you can see is a lot more tropical and yellow based looking. From here to here. Can you see? Just, I'm sure it'll be very clear now. From here, look at the change to my cheeks in particular. From here to here. You see how it gives me that natural blush with the raspberry? The natural looking blush. Whereas here, it doesn't look natural, it looks superficial. And it makes me look a bit jaundiced. A bit sallow. It's like a fake tan kind of look. Like I have the wrong kind of fake tan. Whereas here, it just looks so defined. It looks like I've put a bit of blusher on effortlessly. And I really love this pink. I've always been drawn to pinks like the raspberry rather than the coral. Jaw just expands and I look sallow, tired, whereas this one, so energetic and just really, really effortless. And for the last one, we're going to test the metallics. So we're going to test the silver versus gold in two different finishes. One will be less reflective and the other one will be more reflective for both the silver and the gold in comparison. Okay, so we'll test the matte side of these drapes, the silver being cool and blue based, and the gold being yellow, warm and yellow based. The change from here to my skin here to here. What do you notice? Let's look at the shiny drapes. So we'll go from the shiny silver drape, which is cool, to the shiny gold drape, which is warm. Cool. Warm. With the cool, it's like a light just comes onto my face. Whereas with the warm, it goes out. It's like you've turned the light off and I'm just completely overwhelmed, overpowered by the warmth of the gold. It's totally disharmonious with me. It makes my skin tone look uneven. Whereas the silver is very, very clear, fresh, and just looks really expensive. And it really helps to clear the skin tone, give a lot of definition. I particularly love the silver, the shiny silver. In fact, I can show you another shiny silver drape here, which I love too. This is a lighter one. Here we have a deeper one because of the black that's laced in with it. Yeah, I love silver. Okay, so now we're going to go back through the warm versus cool. Now I have all of these drapes on top of me, which is not easy to keep on me, so you have to bear with me if things don't quite work out, but you'll see it like a light going on and off with my skin. So we have the warm on top, which is really uneven looking. This is the cool, which is really fresh. The warm, which is just completely disharmonious and looks too bright. Then you have the cool, which looks so much more crisp and clear. We have the moss green, which is swampy. The dark emerald, which looks lovely in comparison. We have the mustard, oh, very draining. The ice lemon looks so much more fresh, and I look so much more fresh and awake. The peacock, see, didn't go to plan. Peacock, which is just boring looking on me, whereas the electric blue just has so much more clarity. Then we have the warm neutrals, which just look muddy, very cheap, very boring. And the cool neutrals, which are really, really crisp, clear, and like I've had a really good skincare routine and a good night's sleep. So that is the undertone part of the analysis. And next we're going to move on to the intensity test. I am cool, so it's going to be against summer versus winter. Summer is soft, whereas winter is bright. So both seasons are cool, but summer has smokier, softer, lighter colours, whereas winter has deeper, darker, brighter, more vivid colours. So right now I have winter neutrals on, so next I'll be putting the soft neutrals over the top from summer. So we have the winter neutrals here of the pure white and dark or traditional navy, winter navy, and over the top we have the soft white and the French navy from summer. So do we like the summer soft neutrals or the winter bright neutrals? Let's take a look from here to here. I don't think we're going to get a lot of information from this particular group of colours here, so we'll go and try some more. Now we have the dark emerald from winter, and over the top we'll put the jade green from summer, which is lighter and softer. The dark emerald is darker and brighter, bolder. Where do we see a harmony? Is it here? Or here? What do you see with this one compared to this one? What I notice is that with the jade green, there's less shadowing going on here. Everything looks more effortless. Whereas with the dark emerald, it just looks a tiny bit heavy, a bit depressing, the shadowing going on here and up here. Here, with the jade green, it all just goes away. So we'll move on to another couple of colours. We'll move on to the blues. So we have the electric blue versus the cornflower. Electric blue from winter versus cornflower from summer. And here I think it's less obvious, but there is slightly less shadowing going on with the cornflower compared to the electric blue. Just a bit. Can you see? Now for the pinks we have the magenta pink from winter. Compared to the rose pink from summer. So we go from soft, bright, soft, bright. Now, I can see that this goes ahead of me. The magenta just goes ahead of me. It just looks a bit garish. Whereas if you added more grey and white to the colour, it just is more harmony. And the colour's not reflecting onto my face like with the magenta. It's just far too strong. You see the colour before you see me, but with the rose you see me again. Now we're going to move on to the turquoises. Now let's do it the opposite way around this time, where we have the duck egg from summer versus the lagoon blue from winter, the Persian blue from winter. Bright, soft, bright, soft. I must say I like the depth of this colour more, but this is just overpowering me. Certainly in person it's too much. And I dare say a bit heavy as well. Whereas with the duck egg, it just feels more happy, more uplifting. Here we have the rose pink, which is more expensive looking than the magenta, which is definitely way ahead of me. We have the cornflower, which is really in harmony, versus the electric blue, which is a bit hard. Then we have the jade green, which is lovely, versus the dark emerald, which just feels heavy now, really feels heavy now. We have the French navy and the soft white versus the white and the navy. Both of them work, I think. But overall, the summer palette wins. So now I'm going to rate all of the colours that I have available in this within the summer palette, and we're going to do a ratings test where we see which subseason I fall into within the summer palette. Each season has 4 subseasons, and for summer we have the pastel summer, dark summer, brown summer, and true sweet pea summer. And if you are a true summer, it means that you don't border with any other season and you are right within summer. First, we have the soft white from the summer palette. And this is a very elegant choice, a very good light neutral. Now these aren't going to be in a specific order, but we're going to be rating them. These colours. The cornflower, which just looks really, really effortless, really, really refined and expensive. This one's going to be a 10. The jade green, which I would say is going to be one of those excellent colours to wear. Have the burgundy, which crosses over with winter. And this just looks really, really expensive. Like I've had the best skincare facial service at a spa that money can buy. That's the look it gives to my skin and to my jawline. Yeah, it look like I've had a really good skincare routine here. We have the Nightshade. Do the shiny side. I would say this is a 10. I absolutely love this colour. It's just, yeah, I love, I've always been drawn to purples like this with a bit more grey added to them. We have a deeper hyacinth here, which I'd say is also going to be a 10. I love this. Yeah, I love both of them equally. We have the Delph, which is a smokier version of Royal Blue. And this is most definitely a 10. I love this colour. It's just amazing. You could put it together with the cornflower and it makes a lovely tonal combination. Look at that. Beautiful. We have the Duck Egg, which is from the green family, blue-green family. And this is a very elegant choice. It's a lovely choice for a holiday. I would give this a double tick, or I would say excellent at 50%. The Rose Pink. Rose. Another lovely resort colour. Excellent at 50%. The French Navy. This is a gorgeous dark neutral for me. I love navy and I love French navy as well. Put it with the soft white and it just gives that lovely contrast. I do prefer wearing navy next to my face rather than the soft white because it gives more definition. But this is a lovely colour combination. I've always loved navy and white together, as well as this one. This is definitely a 10 out of 10 colour for me. We have the Plum. This is another double star colour. I love it. Love it. It's so luxurious. Smoked grape. Another lovely alternative to black. Because black on me is quite draining. So this gives the impact that black would without it completely draining me. And in fact, it's a double star colour, just like the Plum. And we'll compare that to the Sweet Pea or Amethyst colour here. I think all three of them look great, but the Plum and the Smoked Grape are the double star colours. They are absolutely gorgeous. Move on to another pink next, called Pastel Rose. sea green, which is easily a 10 out of 10. We'll compare this to the jade green, which is here. This one is excellent. This one is, wow, very expensive looking. Very expensive looking. We'll put these together with the, I called this duck egg earlier, but it's actually more pastel aqua. And this is just a beautiful colour combination. I'll compare this to the this is getting more towards duck egg in person anyway. And this is an excellent choice too. This here, and it's just really, really blended with the best colour next to my face with the sea green. Look at that. Just like a beautiful blended ocean. Very nice. Now for the next colour, I have this mid lavender. This one feels like a 10 as well. I love it. Just beautiful. The powder blue, which is elegant but does feel a bit light to be a wow colour. We have more of a sky blue. It looks more sky blue in person because the lighting's a bit off at the minute. This is also excellent. Better than the powder blue because it has more depth. Now we're definitely going in a certain direction here. And the coral red, which is the warmest of the reds, which is a tiny bit sallow-in, but still works, compared to the burgundy, which is obviously much better. Now for the mid turquoise. This, I think, is the best kind of turquoise from the summer area for me because it has just the right amount of brightness, depth and coolness to this one compared to the duck egg and the pastel aqua. So the duck egg is excellent. The pastel aqua is very good. Okay, so the pastel aqua, duck egg, then we have the mid turquoise, which is most definitely the best in my opinion. I was supposed to do this earlier, but I'll go to the pastel rose. I think I just got a bit sidetracked earlier. Pastel rose, I think, is a good colour, but not as good as the rose. And we have the raspberry here, which I haven't rated yet. And this one is most definitely a double star colour. You compare it, especially if you compare it to the pastel rose, which is just way too light to be a wow colour. The raspberry is enough coolness and it has enough brightness to it within the summer palette for me. The rose, which is still an excellent colour at 50%. And the pastel rose, I think, washes me out in comparison to the raspberry. So I would say the pastel rose is better further away from the face, excellent further away from the face, but good near the face, just good. Because the raspberry just gives me that really glowing fresh skin and really defined jawlines. Very expensive looking. Make a great tie actually. And lastly we have this smoky mauve colour, which I think is also an excellent colour, bordering wow, but it's still a bit soft, so this will be rated excellent. Now let's look at the wow colour. Now let's take a look at the wow colours within my season, and they'll all be draped around my shoulders to the best of my ability. So let's have a look at them, shall we? And with the addition of the mid lavender, so you have the raspberry, burgundy, plum, smoked grape. So all of these points of red are on my right shoulder. Delft, French navy, cornflower, the nightshade, the deeper hyacinth, sea green, and these are all of my wow colours. So thank you so much for watching, guys, and I will see you in the next video when we'll be checking out the sister subseasons. So the sister subseasons are the other subseasons that neighbour the subseasons within your palette. So because I'm a dark summer, that would mean that I would cross over to the sultry winter or cool winter palette, so I can borrow some colours here and there from the winter palette, as long as they are really cool blue based and not too bright or dark or both. And I'll cross check between cool sultry winter against soft brown summer, the light pastel spring as well, which crosses over with the pastel light summer. So that'll be the next video. Take care. Good night.